Hello, welcome to Colin's Time for Tea. We're going to be discussing the Bake Off finale. Oh. So my tea this week is not tea at all, it's hot chocolate from the coffee shop downstairs because I wanted some. It's so smooth and creamy and delicious. And my snacks this week are a vegan almond cupcake with a vegan meringue ghost on top. I also have a cinnamon muffin, pumpkin pie made by my mother-in-law and myself together as one. We did basically all these things because we were baking for our Bake Off viewing party. And in the spirit of Kim Joy, tiny pumpkin breads with little faces on them. Look at the little faces. So that's that. Right, so Bake Off finale. I haven't written any notes. I'm literally just going off my thoughts of last night when I watched it. As per usual, we will be talking a little bit about the, well, I'm not really going to talk about the Bake Off fashion this week, apart from the fact that Noel's shirt was, well, it was interesting. Quite liked it, to be honest. I will, however, talk about the random circus performers that were just at the final picnic with all the people. That was it was quite interesting, but putting on a show, eh? Channel 4's got a budget, clearly, if they're making them bake outside. Right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the signature challenge, which was obviously making the donuts. They had to make 3 filled and 3 ring donuts, which, fair enough, I just thought it was a bit blah for the final, if I'm honest. I mean, I get it. I get that donuts would be tricky to make. I've made Yum Yums before, which I'm fairly certain are very similar with the deep fat frying side of things, but donuts didn't seem like a finale kind of thing to do. They were running out of ideas because the technical happened, but we'll get on to the technical soon. So Ruby made her donuts, but they said that they were too sweet. Rahul's ones were filled with, they weren't even a donut, like the actual donut itself, the filled one. It was basically just like cream encased in pastry because most of it was the cream. I did, however, laugh a little when he squeezed it and it went poof. Concentration on his face, and it just explodes everywhere when he was trying to fill the donuts with the custard in there. So funny. And then, like, I genuinely didn't think that any of them had done particularly bad in terms of decoration, but I just thought of all the things for them to do. It was a bit bland. Oh well, never mind. We'll move on. So, first of all, what was that for a technical? I'm sorry, but I get that they needed to spice it up a little for some reason. Making them go outside and cook on a bonfire, that I just, like, if I was on the show, if I was on that and I didn't win and they had said, oh, it was because of the technical, I would have just been like, they were blowing the fire to make it go hotter. They were cooking on a slate. Like, I understand, it's not Bear Grylls. It just, oh, I have so many emotions about that technical. How could anyone have, I mean, they were like, oh, I'm going to struggle to make this. I'm like, yeah, because you've probably never done that. No one has really ever done that. I've made and failed making cinnamon rolls on a campfire, which was difficult. It wasn't even a campfire, it was like a camping stove. So I don't know, I can't think of how they even, well, I think it's safe to say that I won't be doing that technical. On that note as well, I haven't really done the past 3. I didn't make pavlova. I don't like pavlova. I've never had it, but I just can't imagine I don't like it because I don't really like you know, like fruit salad and stuff. Not a big fan. So I don't really like meringue. Don't like fruit salad. So that's the 2 together. But I still did it and still successful with my meringues, I feel. As for the Puy d'Amour, I did make those. I had filmed the video, everything was good to go. I then bought a new phone and lost all of the footage of me making it. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't actually do a video last week, so I do have to apologise that I'm heading straight over to the final, but I was a little bit late. We had lots of visitors. My dad was here, and then Sam was off school, and then Sam's parents were here, so I kind of was a bit behind with all the things, so that's what happened with that. But Bryony went last week, very sad about that. Sorry, Bryony, we'll miss you. And we'll actually miss the whole show now because it's done. It's the final and it's over now. So that was the technical. That was a meh. Please leave your comments below if you think that that was fair, because I don't think that was fair. And considering they're just like, oh, it all comes down to the final bake, it's just really difficult. I don't think that was fair at all, because I just think that if you were to fail that, By the way, this will contain spoilers because I will be saying who wins. For Kim Joy and Ruby, don't feel bad about not winning because I don't think that technical was very fair. So many emotions about that. Please let me know what you think about it. If you have seen the episode, just let me know if you thought that was a reasonable challenge. I mean, it was a challenge and it was technical, but also the baking, they had to make 3 different dips, which to me wasn't very, I don't know, I have lots of thoughts on it. I can't really word them out. Now we're going to talk about the Showstopper Challenge, which wasn't really a showstopper. I'm a little bit sad with what was produced. I had a discussion with someone at the party about how much I don't really like airbrushing things. I think there is a time and a place, and it does work for some things when it makes it look spectacular and it makes it look real, and I get that, I understand it, but I just felt that they were all going really, really in on this airbrushing, and it kind of just made it all look a bit grey. And Rahul's I didn't like, because he was saying it was a Victorian garden, but it looked more like an underwater theme, like a psychedelic underwater theme, more so than Kim Joy's Atlantis was. And I thought Kim Joy's Atlantis was fine, but I would like to have seen more from her. We've seen loads of decorations from her, and I don't know whether it was just the pressure of the final got to them, or there were specifics that they could and couldn't do, because they just said make a desert landscape, which what do they class as a dessert? Is there something that is a specific dessert, or could they made anything? Because they did biscuits and cakes and choux pastry. In fact, everyone had choux pastry in there somewhere, but I just thought it was a little ambiguous. So I forgot to talk about it. I am now editing the video, but I'm just going to throw this in quickly. That Rahul's, like, the smashed glass, that was pretty dramatic. I mean, if anything, that was like your showstopper right there. It literally stopped the show. But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad they did give him that extra 15 minutes, because again, like the technical, if I had lost because of that kind of reason and they didn't give me extra time, I would have been like, excuse me, you gave me faulty goods and open fire. I don't know. The whole thing seemed a big mess, and I just feel that, like, I don't know. But that was a very dramatic moment. And I was a little bit disappointed with what was produced. But I have been a little bit disappointed with the previous year's finals and what's been asked of them and what's been produced. So, who can say? I did, like, you would have thought that, like, the chocolate domes or something would have been an amazing final. That would have been really cool. Or even the Danish week with the different people and all the pastries. That's a tough one. That was a tough one they did last time. But I just thought that Kim Joy's wasn't as decorated as beautifully or as intricately as I thought she's done before. So I didn't know what happened, and I worried that she just let everything get to her and she was exhausted. And Ruby's was interesting as well. I think she did the best out of all of them in that respect, because it looked more like a landscape. And Paul was really critical on her using a bowl. And he's like, what's this? And she's like, well, I couldn't make the bowl thing. She struggled to make it because, yet again, the tent was hot. You know, I have many feelings on that, and I just don't think that the actual signature, the mess that was the technical and the showstopper were things that really gave them a chance to show how they were doing. I get that by this point they probably would be shattered, because if they're working Monday to Friday and then doing that at the weekend and also practicing baking, by the time to get to that point, you would be exhausted. So maybe in the future they do something like Drag Race, where they film the final much later, and to avoid spoilers and also to give people a chance to rest. And maybe they'll make, like, it would give them a chance to be like, right, this is your, they do it on Project Runway, they give them like 2 months. Like, that'd be nice. We're just going to change the whole premise of Bake Off now. We're going to make it much more fair, much more exciting for the final, and less outdoorsy stuff. Unless, of course, they're given like 2 months to practice. I don't know, I'm just saying. If they did, oh my God, they could do that. They could do like outdoors week, so they have to actually do everything outdoors, but it would then give people a chance to practice. So that was the showstopper. I was a little bit disappointed. And here is my reaction to the winner.
And I love you all, but unfortunately there can only be one winner. And the winner of the Great British Bake Off is... It's gonna be Rahul.
Oh! So it's not that I was upset that Rahul won, because I think, you know, it was well deserved. Throughout the whole thing, I have a montage of love for him. I do love Rahul. I think he is very talented and he did do very, very well. I just think the past 3 weeks, he's not been as good as he has been, and I also think genuinely that Ruby has outshone him. I thought Ruby deserved to win because of what she has consistently done over the past few weeks. And also, I know that they were doing it on today's one, but the best of the bakes. I don't feel that he had done very well at all, if I'm honest. I thought that Ruby, again, had done better. Kim Joy, I thought, was very much in the middle, so I wasn't necessarily surprised when she didn't win, but I do think that it's a shame that they don't take into account everything that they have done, because if that is the case, then I guess Rahul would have been a very strong contender because he had done very well and had got the most handshakes. But I do feel that Kim Joy's, her detail and the things that she produced were a lot better. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I have absolutely I'm not upset with the fact that Rahul won. I was very happy with the top 3, even the top 5. I thought like Manon, Bryony, they all deserved to be there. All 5 of them could have been in the top. I thought they did very well. I personally would have loved a final of Rahul, Kim Joy and Terry and got them to make some sort of like ridiculous 17-layer cake with 15 different biscuits on there. I would have loved to have seen Terry make that. Ah, Terry. So yeah, so that was the final. Rahul has won. That when he told his mum, and then when they came to visit, that was beautiful. And I also really loved the fact that you got to meet a little bit of their families and you got a chance to see them in real life. And I just thought it was a nice episode in that respect. I really enjoyed that and getting to see everyone again. And when they do the flashbacks of everything going, they actually seemed like they were a really tight-knit group. I know that every year has their group all together, but we were a bit worried because we didn't see Terry at the final, so we thought he died. But he hadn't died. He's still alive. He was there doing other things with people throughout the time, so it's okay. He's still alive. So yeah, though that's basically what I thought of the final. Let me know. Usually I have the tweets of what you guys have put, but I didn't have time to research it. I just wanted to get this video out and just get it going. And so yeah, that's that. That's my Colin's Time for Tea Bake Off final chat. That's how I feel. Please let me know in the comments below how you felt. Let me know what you thought. If I missed something, maybe I missed something in the judging because we were busy talking or like eating. So that's basically me this week. Colin's Time for Tea will be continuing. I will take a week off next week just so I can get caught up with my other videos I have to do, which is basically editing all of my footage from me moving to Chicago and all that kind of stuff, so you get a bit more of my Colin's time to travel. So yeah, join me next week where there will be some travel videos, maybe a bit of baking, and then an announcement as to what I'm actually going to be doing. So that's it. My name is Colin. This is Colin's Time for Tea. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.